There certainly are a lot of micro-brand watches on the market today. Some hit the mark, some totally miss, and some have both good and bad aspects. I bring you these so you can see what's out there and make a decision for yourself. Do you like retro racing watches? If so, this MT&W Eclipse vintage chronograph may be a watch for you. Let me tell you all about it, including my likes and concerns, on this episode of Adventures with Time. MT&W is one of the newer micro-brand watchmakers, having launched just 2 years ago in 2020. MT&W is a self-proclaimed creator of modern vintage watches that are inspired by sports car racing of the 1970s. From what I can tell, they are about to launch their first collection of watches through an upcoming Kickstarter campaign. I have here what I believe is a prototype of one of the 6 models to be ultimately available. I don't know how close it is to the final product, so check the specifics of the launch, which should be available soon. This is a 40mm highly polished 316L stainless steel case that is 13.7mm thick, including the domed hardened mineral crystal. It has 20mm wide lugs and a 48mm lug to lug. Along with the black leather strap, it weighs in at just 70 grams. Not intended for water sports, it has a 5.2mm push-pull signed crown and a simple screw-down case back. In fact, I find no water resistance rating on any of the information available at the time of filming. It has limited lume on just the hour and minute hands. Not much to look at. Take a quick look. Appropriate for motorsports, it comes with a fixed bezel with a printed tachometer. This is a chronograph driven by a Seiko Mecha Quartz VK63 movement. As you know, with most Kickstarter campaigns, there are several price tiers offered when someone launches a watch. For this MT&W, the normal retail will be $248. But a super early bird special will be available at just $168, followed by a regular early bird price of $188. Again, this is all based on the information available at this time. There are planned to be 6 color options available when launched, some more vintage looking than others. Again, what I have here is the Eclipse model, which I find to have the greatest vintage look of all. Other models are available with some vibrant colors. Now let's take a closer look at this MT&W Eclipse to see what we think of it. One of the key talking points of this watch is its signature vintage patina dial. All dials are crafted by hand using a patination technique where the dials are treated with a combination of chemicals which varies based on the desired color of the patina. Therefore, no two dials are ever exactly the same. The dial on the watch I have has a slight mottled or blotchy appearance to the golden center. This gives some visual interest and focus to the dial, which is otherwise jet black at the outer dial and the 3 subdials. The 6 o'clock subdial is the running seconds, with the 3 o'clock subdial providing a running 24 hours. The chronograph makes use of the large center second hand with a 60-minute elapsed time in the 9 o'clock subdial. Since this uses the Mecha Quartz movement, you will get a nice mechanical feel to both of the cylinder-shaped pushers. The problem I have with this Eclipse colorway is that the print on the main and subdials is dark. It looks like a dark gray. To me, it is virtually impossible to read, even with the polished silver colored hands and applied indices. The same is true for the tachometer on the bezel. Not very practical. The contrast is better on other models, affording much better readability, so keep that in mind if you're considering one of these watches. The case is nicely designed with what the brand calls double curved lugs. Some would call them lyre lugs. This provides for some nice reflections no matter at what angle you view the watch. Another issue to me is the crown. Its size and placement between the crown guards makes it hard to grasp. But then, this is a battery-powered watch with quartz accuracy, so one should virtually never have to operate the crown. Now I understand that as a new brand, MT&W is trying to get as much of our attention as possible. However, they seem to require us to jump through a few hoops to be notified of their progress. First, you have to provide your email to get notified when the campaign starts and the limited special early bird pricing is available. I would be okay with that. But to get all of that, you have to also join their private Facebook group to receive what they call exclusive offers. That's a bit too much for me. Do you agree with me? Anyway, if you're looking for a relatively inexpensive, vintage-inspired auto racing watch with chronograph, MTNW might be a watch for you. But if you're looking for more of a luxury watch, take a look at this video. And if you want to see my entire collection, here's my latest State of the Collection video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next episode.